Okay, in the last lecture we have started the analysis of total frames and analysis of continuous beams by using Kani's method. Now, as per your syllabus, it only covers the analysis of portal frames only. But for understanding purpose, we will take one single problem of continuous beam analysis by using Kani's method. This particular problem of continuous beam which will be analyzed by using Kani's method, that will not be asked in your examination, because the examination syllabus is only for this examination syllabus is only for analysis of portal frames only. So we have seen some points. Okay, we'll check that one by one what we have studied till now. Okay, this was some introduction. Okay, so different types of problems can be solved by using Kani's method. The first one is analysis of continuous beams, and the second one is analysis of portal frames. The continuous beams can be analyzed for two types, that is with settlement and without settlement, whereas for portal frames we can analyze the portal frames with sway and without sway. Okay. Okay, we have seen some problems of symmetrical and unsymmetrical frames also. This is the basic example. This is the basic equation of slope deflection method, where this fixed end final end moment MAB is sum of fixed end moment of MAB plus 4 EI theta A upon L plus twice EI theta B upon L minus 6 EI delta upon L square, minus 6 EI delta upon L square. Let us consider, if we are having some beam AB, if we are having some portion of a beam. Okay, let us consider we are having some portion AB like this. This will be continuous like this here on this side. Okay, now for this beam AB, this MAB is equal to this MAB, this will be the sum of fixed end moment MFAB, fixed end moment MFAB plus the moment which is developed due to rotation at joint A. Rotation at joint A means whatever moment is developed due to rotation of this joint A. Let us consider this rotation is theta A. For this rotation theta A, whatever moment is required, that will be equal to 4 EI theta A upon L. That will be equal to 4 EI theta A upon L. So this 4 EI theta A, 4 EI theta A upon L, this is the moment which is developed due to rotation. This is developed due to rotation of joint A, rotation of joint A, plus means this is the moment which is developed due to rotation of near end, because for this beam AB, to find out the fixed final end moment AB, the near end will be joint A, near end will be joint A. Therefore this is the sum of fixed end moment MFAB plus bending moment which is developed due to rotation of near end, rotation of near end. This will be the near end for AB. Okay, plus this twice EI theta B upon L, this twice EI theta B upon L, twice EI theta B upon L. Okay, you can see this twice EI theta B upon L, this is the moment which is developed due to rotation of B, rotation of joint B. This bending moment is developed due to rotation of joint B. Now for this AB or MAB, the joint B is a far end. This is the near end. This is the near end, and this is the far end. This is the this is the far end. For AB, this will be the far end. Okay, so this is sum of MAB, final end moment AB is the sum of fixed end moment AB plus rotation moment developed due to rotation of near end plus rotation of moment developed due to rotation of far end, rotation of far end. This B is the far end. Okay, minus 6 EI delta upon L square, 6 EI delta upon L square. This is the bending moment which is developed due to settlement or sinking of support, if there is if any. Okay, so you can see here this bending moment MAB is the sum of this bending moment MAB. Here you can see in this particular equation by slope deflection method, the bending moment MAB or final end moment MAB is sum of fixed end moment MFAB plus bending moment which is developed due to rotation of near end plus bending moment which is developed due to rotation of far end. This is your far end. B is the far end, and minus the bending moment which is developed due to sinking of support, minus sinking bending moment which is developed due to sinking of support. So whenever bending moment is developing in any continuous beam due to external load, this will be the sum of fixed end moment plus bending moment developed due to near rotation of near end plus bending moment developed due to rotation of far end minus 6 EI delta upon L square, minus 6 EI delta upon L square. Okay, this is the basic equation of slope deflection method. Now if we are considering that bending moment is developed due to, first point is fixed end moment, second point is rotation of near end, okay, rotation bending moment developed due to rotation of near end. Third point is bending moment developed due to rotation of far end, and fourth one is bending moment developed due to sinking of support or settlement of support. If we add these four bending moments, we will get the final end moment MAB. Okay, now let us consider for any beam AB, for this particular beam AB which is subjected to some load, which as shown in this figure, the fixed end moment MFAB, fixed end moment MFAB. Okay, this is the fixed end moment MFAB, and fixed end moment for BA will be MFBA. Now let us consider the bending moment developed due to rotation of joint A, rotation of this joint A or near end. This will be bending moment will be equal to 4 EI theta A upon L, 4 EI theta A upon L. Okay, therefore let us consider this term 4 EI theta A divided by L, 4 EI theta A divided by L is indicated by 2m dash AB. This is the bending moment which is developed due to rotation of near end or joint A. Okay, this is bending moment which is developed due to rotation of near end or joint A. Let us consider this bending moment is denoted by twice m dash AB, As per the principle, what will happen? Half of this moment, that is this twice m dash AB, will be transferred here at joint B, and the bending moment transferred here at joint B, this will be m dash AB. Okay, half of this twice m dash AB. Okay, at the same time, okay, now let us consider there is rotation of this joint B is there, therefore the bending moment which is developed due to rotation of joint B, this will be equal to 4 EI theta B upon L. This will be 4 EI theta B upon L. Okay, let us consider this 4 EI theta B. Upon L. This is denoted by twice m dash BA. This is indicated by 2m dash BA. Therefore, as per our principle, half of this twice m dash BA, this will be transferred here at joint A. So this will be m dash BA. Half of twice m dash BA will be equal to m dash BA. Therefore, if we finally find out the final end moment MAB, this final end moment MAB, okay, this final end moment MAB, I'll write down here only, MAB, this will be equal to sum of fixed end moment, that is MFAB plus bending moment developed due to rotation of near end, this twice m dash AB, so plus twice m dash AB plus bending, this is the one, that is rotation, bending moment due to rotation of near end. Now third point which is responsible for development of bending moment is the rotation of far end. So plus bending moment developed due to rotation of far end is this one m dash ba. So this will be, sorry, this equation will become m dash ba. So final equation for bending moment AB MAB, this will be the final equation, that is MFBA, fixed end moment BA, AB, plus 2m dash AB plus m dash BA plus m dash BA. This is the final end moment for AB. This is the sum of this value plus this value plus this value. Okay, similarly, if we want to find out the final end moment MBA, this MBA, this will be equal to MFBA, this will be equal to MFBA plus bending moment developed due to rotation of near end, bending moment developed due to rotation of near end. Here you can see the bending moment developed due to rotation of near end. This is 2m dash BA, so this is equal to 2m dash BA plus bending moment developed due to rotation of far end, bending moment developed due to rotation of far end, which is m dash AB, which is m dash AB. So this will be the final equation for bending moment BA, MBA. Okay, this can be illustrated by the next slide. Okay, you can see here the bending moment MAB is equal to fixed end moment MFAB plus bending moment due to rotation of far end, this twice m dash AB twice m dash AB, this is equal to 4EI theta A upon L. Okay, you can remember this is the value which is used in your slope deflection method, okay, and this m dash BA plus m dash BA, this m dash BA is equal to twice EI theta B twice EI theta B upon L. You can remember we use this term also in slope deflection method. So instead of this 4EI theta A upon L and twice EI, sorry, this will be theta B. Okay, this will be theta B. Instead of this twice EI theta B upon L, we will be using only 2 m dash AB and m dash BA. Similarly, for MBA, this will be equal to fixed end moment MFBA, fixed end moment MFBA plus m dash AB. M dash AB is the rotation bending moment developed due to rotation of far end. Here m dash AB, here m dash AB is equal to twice EI theta A divided by L, theta A divided by L. You can see this is the equation, MAB is equal to twice EI theta A upon L, and this twice m dash BA twice m dash BA, this is equal to 4EI theta B upon L, 4EI theta B upon L. Okay, so equation is same as that of your slope deflection methods, only the difference is that instead of 4EI theta A upon L, we will be writing twice m dash BA twice m dash BA. Instead of twice EI theta A upon L, we will be writing m dash, sorry, this won't be MBA, this will be MAB, and twice EI theta A divided by L, twice EI theta A divided by L, this will be equal to m dash AB. Similarly, 4EI theta B divided by L, this will be written as twice m dash BA, twice m dash BA, and twice EI theta B divided by L, will be writing this as m dash BA. Okay, only this much difference is there for calculation of this final end moment by using Carney's method. Okay, we'll see one by one what are the different differences between Carney's method and slope deflection method. Okay, so finally we can write this particular equation, final end moment at A for any beam. This will be equal to, final end moment will be equal to fixed end moment. You can see here fixed end moment plus this m dash AB, this m dash AB and m dash BA, m dash AB and m dash BA. These are called as rotation contribution. Okay, so this will be 2 into rotation contribution at near end, this value 2 into rotation contribution at near end plus rotation contribution at far end, rotation contribution at far end. Similarly for this BA, we can write the equation MFBA, that is fixed end moment BA, plus 2 into rotation contribution at near end, 2 into rotation contribution at near end, plus rotation contribution at far end, rotation contribution at far end. So like this Carney's equation is developed, Therefore sometimes we consider this Carney's method as extension of slope deflection method. Okay, here this M dash AB and M dash BA, we call this as a rotation contribution. This M dash AB and M dash BA, these are called as rotation contribution. As per slope deflection method, this M dash AB, this will be equal to twice EI theta A divided by L, and this M dash BA, this will be twice EI theta B divided by L. Okay, wherever we have in slope deflection equation method twice EI theta A divided by L, we will be writing M dash AB, and when we have twice EI theta B upon L, we will be writing M dash B. Okay, so this is the main equation of slope deflection, Carney's method. This is the main equation of Carney's method, that is fixed end moment is equal, final end moment is equal to fixed end moment plus 2 into rotation contribution at near end plus rotation contribution at far end, rotation contribution at far end. Okay, the same equation is explained here also. Yeah, one more equation is there, that is one more concept is there, that is rotation factor. This is rotation factor. In Carney's method, the rotation factor RF is given by the equation minus half of distribution factor, which we have used in moment distribution method. Distribution factor we used in the moment distribution method. Therefore, this rotation factor will be equal to minus half or minus 0.5 into distribution factor, that will be Ki divided by summation Ki. This is the rotation factor. This is the equation which is used for calculating the rotation factor. This rotation factor is equal to minus half of distribution factor we have calculated in moment distribution method. Again we have one more equation, that is the equation for calculation of rotation contribution. So we have M dash AB and M dash BA as a rotation contribution for a beam AB. Then this rotation contribution M dash AB is given by the equation M dash AB is equal to rotation contribution at far end, that is rotation contribution A for BA plus summation of fixed end moment at the joint, fixed end moment at a particular joint multiplied by rotation factor. This is the equation which is used for calculation of rotation contribution. So we are having three equations. The first equation is calculation of rotation factor. Okay, so rotation factor RF, this is equal to minus half of distribution factor. We can write this as minus half into Ki divided by summation K, where Ki is the stiffness of that particular member. Second equation we are having is to calculate the rotation contribution M dash AB. M dash AB is equal to, it is the sum of M dash BA, that is rotation contribution at far end, plus summation of fixed end moment at that joint, multiply this particular value with rotation factor. We have calculated as per this equation number 1. Okay, and third equation will be to calculate the final end moment MAB. MAB is equal to, this will be equal to MFAB plus 2 into rotation contribution at near end, that is M dash 2 into M dash AB. We have calculated in this second equation, plus M dash BA, that is rotation contribution at the far end. So these three equations are most useful equations for solving the problems of Carney's method. These three equations are most useful equations for solving the problems of Carney's method. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is the we'll start with the problem of continuous beam, analysis of continuous beam by using Carney's method. Okay, this is the continuous beam which is given for analysis, and we have to analyze this particular continuous beam by using Carney's method. You can see we are having a 3-span beam which is subjected to a load of 20 kilonewton on span AB. A load of 20 kilonewton is acting at the midspan. You can see here. Okay. Span BC is subjected to a uniformly distributed load of 15 kilonewton per meter. Okay, which is acting throughout the span. At the same time, this particular span BC is subjected to a point load of 30 kilonewton, which is acting at a distance 2 meter from joint C. Okay, and span BC is 6 meter long. At the same time, the span CD is subjected to a point load of 40 kilonewton, which is again acting at the mid span of CD, or at a distance 2 meter from joint C. Okay, so we'll start with the problem. So this is the problem. Sorry, I forgot to explain the different steps for solving these problems on slope deflection method. This Carney's method. Okay, just a minute. Okay, the different steps for solving the problems of Carney's method are: step number 1. Step number 1 will be to find fixed end moment. To find the fixed end moment. This is the step number 1. Step 2 is to find or calculate rotation factor. Okay, step number 2 is to find the rotation factor. Step number 3 is prepare iteration table. Okay, in moment distribution table, moment distribution table, what we have calculated? First we calculate fixed end moment, then we calculate distribution factor, and then we prepare the distribution table. But for this particular method of Carney's method, we will be calculating first fixed end moment, then we will calculate rotation factor, then we will prepare the iteration table, and step number 4 will be to find final end moment. Okay, and step number 5 draw bending moment diagram. Draw the bending moment diagram. These 5 steps are there which will be useful for solving the problems of Carney's method. Okay, so we'll start with the problem. Okay, So step number one. So step number one for solving this particular problem. Okay, step one. Just a minute. It's not active. Let it. Okay, so step number one. Find fixed end moment. To find the fixed end moment, this is the step number one. So MAB, MFAB, this MFAB, this is equal to, we know the equation for calculating the fixed end moment for a beam subjected to point load. The equation is minus WL by 8, minus WL by 8. So this is equal to minus 20 into L is L is 4 meter, so 4 divided by 8. So this will be equal to minus 10 kilonewton meter, minus 10 kilonewton meter. Next, MFBA or fixed end moment BA, this will be equal to WL by 8. This will be plus. So this is equal to 20 into 4 divided by 8. So it is equal to 10 kilonewton meter. Similarly, MFBC, this is equal to, the equation will be minus WL square upon 12 minus WL square divided by 12 minus WAB square upon L square, minus WAB square upon L square. Therefore minus 15 into L is 6 square divided by 12 minus, here we have for this 30 kilonewton meter load, 30 kilonewton load, minus 30 into A is 4 into B is 2 square divided by 6 square. So this will be equal to, minus 58.33, minus 58.33. Similarly, MFCB, this will be equal to WL square divided by 12 plus WA square B divided by L square. So this is equal to 15 into 6 square divided by 12 plus W is 30 into 4 square into 2 divided by 6 square. So this will be equal to 71.67 kilonewton meter. Consider all the units as kilonewton meter. And MFCD, this will be again equal to minus WL by 8, so this will be equal to, W is 40, so minus 40 into 4 divided by 8, so this is equal to minus 20. Similarly, MFDC, this will be equal to plus 20 because WL by 8. Okay, next is text. Okay, I think there is some problem is there. Just a minute, I will open this in end moment. So like this, we have to find out the fixed end moment for this continuous beam. The step number two will be to find out the step number two. This is to find out the rotation factor. So find rotation factor. We have this rotation factor is equal to minus half into distribution factor, that is Ki divided by summation Ki. So for finding out the rotation factor, we have to prepare a table like this. Okay, we have to prepare a table like this. I'll take the diagram here. We have to prepare a table like this and find out the rotation factor. So rotation factor is given by this value, that is rotation factor is equal to minus half into ki divided by summation ki divided by summation ki. Okay, so this ki, just a minute please wait. A table like this, we have to prepare a table like this. In column number 1 write down the joints, in column number 2 write down the members, and in column number 3 we have to find out the stiffness for the particular member, So for BA, for joint B and member BA, the stiffness will be equal to 4EI upon L, So for this AB or BA, 4EI upon L, so 4EI divided by L, we have L is equal to 4 meter, so this will be equal to EI. So stiffness for BA will be equal to EI. Similarly for this BC, okay, the stiffness will be again equal to 4EI upon L, 4E, but we have here I equal to twice I, therefore 4 into twice I divided by L is 6 meter, so this will be equal to 4 by 3 EI, or 1.33 EI. So summation of stiffness, summation K will be equal to 1 EI plus 4 by 3 EI, that will be equal to 2.33 EI. Now we have rotation factor is equal to, we have this rotation factor is equal to minus half into Ki divided by summation Ki. So therefore this rotation factor here, this value will be equal to minus half into Ki, that is EI divided by 2.33 EI. So here we will be having here for BA, the rotation factor will be equal to minus 0.214. Similarly for BC, the rotation factor will be 4 EI by 3, or 1.33 EI divided by 2.33 EI. So this will be equal to 0.285. I'll directly write down this value here. This will be equal to 0.285. So this will be 0.285. Similarly for joint C, we'll be calculating the stiffness. So stiffness for CB will be equal to again 4 EI by L. So 4E, again we should keep in mind here the value of I is twice I, so twice I, 4 EI divided by L, we have L is equal to 6 meters, so this will be again 4 by 3 EI, and for CD, the stiffness will be equal to 4 EI by L, You can see here CD span is 4 meter, so this will be 4 EI divided by L is 4 meters, so this will be equal to EI. So summation of K will be 4 by 3 EI, this 4 by 3 EI plus this EI, so this will be equal to 2.33 EI, and this rotation factor, this will be equal to minus half into Ki divided by summation K. Just put the values in this particular equation, we will get the rotation factor is equal to minus 0.285 here. Similarly here minus 0.5 into EI divided by 2.33 EI, this will be minus 0.214. These are the rotation factor for joint B and C, Okay. Next step number 3 will be to prepare the the iteration table. We have calculated the rotation factor, and the next step will be to prepare the iteration table. Next step will be preparing the iteration table. Okay, Now for preparing the iteration table, step number 3, prepare iteration table. Now the iteration table is prepared in this manner. Okay, we are having our beam. Okay, you know the beam is something like this. Okay, we have our beam something like this. We have our beam something like this. Okay, we are having our beam something like this. Okay, we'll be preparing the beam or iteration table like this. Okay, so joint A will be here, okay, this is your joint A, this is your joint B, this is your joint C, and this is your joint D. Like this we will be preparing the iteration table. Will be prepared like this. Okay, then here we will be writing the fixed end moment value, that is MFAB. Okay, we will be writing the fixed end moment values here. So we will write MFAB here we will write MFBA, here we will be writing MFBC, here we will write MFCD, here we will write CB. Okay, here we will be writing MFCB, here we will write MFCD, and here we will be writing MFDC. Then what we will be doing, we will write the rotation factors here. We will write down the rotation factor. Okay, so we will be writing down the rotation factor for BA here. Then rotation factor for BC will be written here. Then rotation factor for CB will be written here, and a rotation factor for CD will be written here. Okay, so what we will be doing, we will write down fixed end moment here, fixed end moment here, fixed end moment, similarly here fixed end moment. All the fixed end moment are written like this. Then we will write down the rotation factor values like this. Then what we will be doing, we will write down the sum of fixed end moment here. That is, we will write down MFAB plus MFBA here. Okay, MFAB plus MFBA, and again summation of fixed end moment here, that is MFCB plus MFCD, like this. Okay, so like this we will be writing the values, and then we will go for the iteration. Okay, so like this we'll complete the iteration procedure like this. Okay, just a minute. So write down the fixed end moment values. Okay, we have already calculated the fixed end moment values, and I had copied that here. Just a minute. Move this side. Okay, so we have this fixed end moment MFAB is equal to minus 10 kilonewton meter. So write down here minus 10. MFBA, this is plus 10 kilonewton meter. You can see here. So write down here plus 10 kilonewton meter. MFBC is minus 58.33. MFBC is equal to minus 58.33. So write down this here, minus 58.33. MFCB is equal to plus 71.67. So write down here 71.67. MFCD, this is minus 20. So write down here. And MFDC is equal to plus 20. So write down here. Like this, fixed end moment values are required to be written. Fixed end moment values are required to be written like this. Okay, next we have to write down the rotation factor values. We have to write down the rotation factor values. We have to write down the rotation factor values. I'll just delete this because these are not required at all. Okay, next is we have to write down the rotation factor values. We have already calculated the different rotation factor. We have already calculated the different rotation factors. Okay, I'll just, so we'll write down these values here. So rotation factor for BA is minus 0.214. So I'll write down this here, minus 0.214. So I'll write down this here. Yes. So it will be minus 0.214. Okay, so I'll write down this minus 0.214 here. Next we have to write the rotation factor for BC. Rotation factor for BC is minus 0, sorry, this will be minus, please check this. Okay, minus 0.285. so write down this rotation factor for BC here at joint B. So minus 0.285. Okay, it is very difficult to write down vertical. Okay, so minus 0.285. Similarly, the rotation factor for CB, is minus 0.285. So write down this minus 0.285 here. So write down this minus 0.285 again here. So minus 0.285 here. Similarly, for the rotation factor for CD, you can see here it is minus 0.214. So write down this here. Write down this value of minus 0.214 here at the joint C. So minus 0.214. Okay, so write down this like this. Okay, so 2 points we have written down. The first is your fixed end moment, then we have written down the rotation factor values. Now here in this table here, or in this box, in this small box, we have to write down the summation of fixed end moment at that joint. You can see here we are having two fixed end moment, minus 10 and minus 58.33 here, minus 10 and minus 58.33 here. So sum these two bending moments. So we will get minus 58.33 plus 10, this will be minus 48. This will be minus 48.33, minus 48.33. Similarly, here we will be writing summation of fixed end moment at joint C, summation of fixed end moment at joint C. So add this 71.67, and minus 20. So we will get minus 51.67, minus 51.67. just write down this value here. Okay, write down this value here. Now next step, we have to find out the rotation contribution. Okay, we have seen one equation here. That is the rotation contribution. Here you can see this is the equation. This one is the equation. Rotation contribution M dash AB is equal to M dash BA plus fixed end moment into rotation factor. I will write down this particular equation here. So this rotation, we have this equation, rotation contribution is equal to, or M dash AB, this is equal to this M dash AB, this is equal to M dash BA plus summation of fixed end moment, multiplied by rotation factor, which we have already calculated. Okay, so we can write this equation like this also. So rotation contribution M dash AB, is equal to rotation contribution at far end. You can see this M dash BA is the rotation contribution for far end plus summation of fixed end moment, summation of fixed end moment, okay, summation of fixed end moment multiplied by rotation factor multiplied by the rotation factor. Okay, so we'll see how the rotation contributions are calculated. Now what we'll be doing, we'll be calculating the rotation factor contribution for BA. We'll be calculating the rotation contribution for BA here. We can calculate the rotation contribution for BA here, BC here, CB here, and CD here, and CD here, like this. Okay, how we'll be calculating, we'll see. So we'll write down the rotation contribution for BA here, right? So the formula for calculating the rotation contribution is this is the formula, that is rotation contribution at any end is equal to rotation contribution at far end plus fixed end moment plus fixed end moment at that particular joint multiplied by rotation factor. So rotation contribution for BA, this will be equal to rotation contribution for AB. You can see there is no rotation contribution here, so I'll take this as 0. Okay, rotation contribution at AB plus rotation contribution at CB, no value is there, I'll consider this as again 0, plus, so this rotation contribution M dash AB, this will be equal to rotation contribution AB, that is 0 plus rotation contribution CB, that is 0, plus fixed end moment, you can see here fixed end moment is minus 48.33, so write down here minus 48.33 multiply this with rotation factor. So rotation factor here for AB, the rotation factor is minus 0.214, minus 0.214, so we'll get the value as 10.34. Write down this here, 10.34. Okay, so this is the rotation contribution for BA. This should be BA, this should be BA, this should be BA. Please note down this. Okay, this is the rotation contribution for BA. Now we will find out the rotation contribution for BC. Okay, this is okay, now we have to find out the rotation contribution for BC. So M dash BC is equal to rotation contribution at far end. This is the formula, rotation contribution at far end. You can see rotation contribution at far end here, it is 0, so 0, okay, plus rotation contribution at AB, that is AB, that is 0 again, plus fixed end moment here, that is minus 48.33 at joint B, minus 48.33, close the bracket, multiply this with rotation factor. This is the formula, we have rotation factor here for BC is minus 0.284, minus 0.285. Okay, so this will be equal to 13.82, so this will be equal to 13.82. Okay, so this is how the rotation contribution for BC is calculated. Next we have to calculate the rotation contribution for I'll delete this formula, I'll write this again. Okay, we have to calculate the rotation contribution for members meeting at joint C. Rotation contribution for members meeting at joint C. We have the formula, rotation contribution at any joint is equal to rotation contribution at far end. Plus summation of fixed end moment, plus multiply this with rotation factor, so rotation factor for CB will be, now here you can see for CB the rotation contribution at far end is here 13.82, but there is no rotation contribution for DC, so consider this as 0. So consider this as 0. So rotation contribution for CB, that is M dash CB, M dash CB will be equal to rotation contribution at far end, that is this 13.82 plus 0, 13.82. So 13.82 plus 0 plus summation of fixed end moment at joint C, that is 51 minus 51.67. So here, sorry, this will be plus, this will be plus because of this 71.67 minus 20, this will be equal to plus 51.67. So this will be 51.67. This is summation of fixed end moment. Multiply this with rotation factor minus 0.285 minus 0.285, 0.285. So this will be equal to, minus 18.73, minus 18.73. So just write down this here, minus 18.73, minus 18.73. Okay. Now for CD, for CD we have to find out the rotation contribution. For CD. Okay, the formula is again same. That is rotation contribution is equal to rotation contribution at far end plus summation of fixed end moment plus summation of fixed end moment, multiply with this with rotation factor. So rotation contribution M dash CD, is equal to rotation contribution at far end, that is this 13.82, here. So 13.82 plus, here again we have rotation contribution at far end as 0. So 0 plus summation of fixed end moment, here you can see the summation of fixed end moment is plus 51.67, multiply this with a rotation factor. Here you can see the rotation factor is minus 0.214. Just calculate this value. So we get 13.82 plus 51.67, multiply this value with minus 0.214. So you will get minus 14.01. So just write down this value, minus 14.01 here. Okay, so like this the distribution rotation contributions are calculated for different members. So we have to this is the cycle number 1. We have to do the iteration in number of steps until the values are same. So again we will be doing the iteration at joint B or finding out the rotation contribution at joint B. So now we have to find the new rotation contribution for joint B in cycle 2. In cycle 2 we have to find out the rotation contribution at joint B. For BA the formula will be same. That is, this rotation contribution is equal to rotation contribution at far end plus fixed end moment multiplied by rotation factor, So M dash BA, this rotation contribution at here for cycle 2, it will be M dash BA, rotation contribution M dash BA. This is equal to rotation contribution at far end, that is this 0 minus 18.73. This is the rotation contribution at far end. So 0 minus 18.73. Okay, plus fixed end, summation of fixed end moment. Here you can see summation of fixed end moment is minus 48.33. So minus 48.33. Multiply this value with the rotation factor. Here the rotation factor is minus 0.214. So minus 0.214, minus 0.214. So this value will be equal to, so this value will be equal to, this value will be equal to 14.35. 14.35, write down here. 14.35. Similarly, for rotation contribution for MBC, rotation contribution for MBC will be calculated. Rotation contribution for MBC will be calculated. The formula will be same. The formula will be same. Okay, rotation contribution for MCB, BC, this MBC, M dash BC, this will be equal to rotation contribution at far end. Rotation contribution at far end. You can see here for BC, the rotation contribution at far end, here it is minus 18.73, minus 18.73. Just a minute. Minus 18.73. Here we have minus 18.73, minus 18.73. At this end we have 0. So plus 0 plus fixed end moment. This fixed end moment, that is minus 48.33. So minus 48.33. Complete the bracket. Multiply with this with rotation factor. We have here rotation factor as minus 0.285. So minus 0.285. Minus 0.285 will get this value equal to 19.18. 19.18. Write down this value here. 19.18 here. 19.18 here. Similarly, we have to calculate the rotation contribution for CB for cycle 2 also. For cycle 2 also. Okay. So M dash CB, this M dash CB, this M dash CB will be equal to, for this CB we have to write down the value here. We have to write down the value here. Okay. M dash CB, M dash CB, this will be equal to rotation contribution at the far end. Rotation contribution at far end, that is this 19.18. So 19.18 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus summation of fixed end moment at joint C plus summation of fixed end moment at joint C, and it is 51.67. Multiply this whole figure with the rotation contribution, rotation factor of minus 0.285, which is for CB. So minus 0.285. So we will get here minus 20.26, minus 20.26. Write down this here, minus 20.26, minus 20.26. Similarly, the rotation contribution for CD, rotation contribution for CB will be calculated. Okay, the formula will remain same. The formula will remain same. Okay, the formula will be M dash CD, M dash CD. This is equal to rotation contribution of far end. Rotation contribution of far end, that is this 19.18. For CD, the far end is this 19.18. So 19.18, 19.18 plus this 0, so 0 plus 0 plus fixed end moment 51.67, 51.67, 51.67. Okay, so this is multiply this with rotation factor of minus 0.214, which is for CD. So minus 0.214. So this value will be equal to, minus 15.16, minus 15.16, minus 15.16. Just write down this value here, minus 15.16, like this. Okay, now again we have to go for cycle 3, but you can see there is huge difference between these values. There is a huge difference between these values, and hence final answer is not received here or calculated here. So again we have to go for cycle number 3. So cycle number 3 here, C3. Okay, so again the rotation contribution for M dash BA, or rotation contribution M dash BA, will be equal to rotation contribution M dash BA. This will be equal to rotation contribution at far end, that is this 0 minus 0 minus 20.26 minus 20.26. So 0 minus 20.26, okay, plus fixed end moment, this fixed end moment minus 48.33 minus 48.33, multiply this with rotation factor for BA, rotation factor for BA, that is equal to minus 0.214 minus 0.214. So this is equal to minus 20.26 minus 48.33, multiply this with minus 0.214. So this will be equal to minus 14.67. So here write down minus 14.67, minus 14.67. Similarly for BC, again we have to find out the rotation contribution. The formula will be same. This rotation contribution M dash BC will be equal to rotation contribution at far end, that is this 0 minus 20.26. So 0 minus 20.26 plus summation of fixed end moment. This is the summation of fixed end moment, that is minus 48.33. So minus 48.33, multiply this complete value with rotation factor of minus 0.285. So minus 0.285. So this will be equal to 19.62. Just write down this here, 19.62 like this. Okay, similarly we have to find out the rotation contribution. For CB, rotation contribution for CB, M dash CB is equal to, okay, M dash CB, this will be equal to rotation contribution at far end, that is this 19.62. So 19.62 plus this 0 plus this 0 plus 0 plus summation of fixed end moment, this 51.67. So 51.67, multiply this with rotation factor of minus 0.285. So minus 0.285. So this will be equal to minus 20.39. So write down this here, minus 20.39. Similarly you can calculate for CD. I'll just directly write down the value. This will be minus 15.25. Okay, you can see here again we are having some small difference between these two values. Okay, so still we haven't received our final solution. Okay, again we have to calculate the rotation contribution for BC. Okay, the formula will be same, only this rotation factor will be changed. It will be minus 0.285, and the answer will be 19.65, and the answer will be 19.65. Just write down this here, 19.65 like this. Okay, similarly we have to find out the rotation contribution. We have to again find out the rotation contribution for CB and CD. Now for CB, M dash CB, this will be equal to rotation contribution at far end, that is this 19.65. So 19.65 plus this 0 plus summation of fixed end moment, this 51.67. So 51.67, multiply this with rotation factor here you can see minus 0.285. So minus 0.285. So this value will be equal to minus 20.39. Similarly we have to find out the rotation contribution for MCD. Okay, similarly we have to find out the rotation contribution for CD. Okay, rotation contribution for CD, that will be M dash CD is equal to rotation contribution at far end that is this 19.65 plus rotation contribution this 0 plus summation of fixed end moment this 51.67 multiply this with rotation factor of this minus 0.214, so this will be equal to minus 15.25, just write down this value here, minus 15.25. okay, and I will delete this formula. Okay, so you can see here the difference between these two values, the difference between these two values here, you can see the difference between these two values is very small. You can see here again the difference between these two values here is again very small, 0.03. again you can see the difference between these two values is 0 only. Again here the difference between these two values is 0. So these are our final solution. When the difference between the concurrent values are negligible, then these will be your values, then these will be your rotation contribution. So this is your first rotation contribution, this is your second, third and fourth. This will be the rotation contribution. Next step will be to find out the final end moment values. Next step will be step number 4. Okay, step number 4 is find final end moment values. Okay, for that we have to prepare for that. I think I have copied that. Okay, let it be. For that we have to prepare one table. For that we have to prepare one table. For that we have to prepare one table like this. For that we have to prepare one table like this, and then okay, we have to prepare a table like this, and then in column 1 write down fixed end moment, and then rotation contribution at near end. Write down the rotation contribution at near end and rotation contribution at far end. Okay, this will be 2 into rotation contribution at near end, rotation contribution at far end, and final end moment. Like this we have to prepare one table, and write down the values here, Okay, so we have different joints. So at joint A we are having only one member, that is AB member is there. At joint B we have two members, that is BA and BC. At joint C we have CB and CD, and at joint D we have only one member, that is BC. We'll first write down the fixed end moment values. We have already calculated that. Here we have minus 10, here we have 10, here we have minus 58.33, here CB is 71.67, CD is minus 20, and DC is 20. Now we have to write down here 2 into rotation contribution at near end, For AB, rotation contribution at near end is 0, therefore this will be 2 into 0. Next, rotation contribution at far end. You can see rotation contribution at far end is 14.70. So just write down 14.70 here. Take sum of all these, minus 10, 2 into 0 plus 14.70. You will get the final end moment 4.7. Similarly, for BA, rotation contribution at near end. You can see here near end is 14.70. So 2 into 14.70, 2 into 14.70. Rotation contribution at far end, this is 0, this is 0, write down this 0. Take sum of all this, you will get the final end moment 39.4. Similarly for BC, the rotation contribution at near end, you can see for BC it is 19.65. So write down 2 into 19.65. Rotation contribution at far end is minus 20.39. So write down here minus 20.39. Take sum of all this, you will get the final end moment minus 39.4. Similarly for CB, you have to consider the 2 into rotation contribution at near end. You can see for CB, near end is minus 20.39. So 2 into minus 20.39. Here again rotation contribution at far end for CB is 19.65. So write down 19.65. Take sum of all these values, you will get 50.5. And last but one, for CD, you can see this minus 20 is the fixed end moment. For CD, rotation contribution near end is minus 15.25. So 2 into minus 15.25. Here rotation contribution at far end, you can see it is 0. So 0. Take sum of all these, you will get minus 50.5. Same here for DC, rotation contribution at near end is 0. So 0 here, or 2 into 0, it will be 0. Okay, and rotation contribution at far end is minus 15.25. So minus 15.25. Okay, so the final end moment will be 4.70. These are the final end moment with which you can find out the final bending moment diagram. The formula used here, this will be final end moment. This will be final end moment. This is equal to fixed end moment plus 2 into rotation contribution at near end plus rotation contribution at far end. This is the formula. You can see here fixed end moment plus 2 into rotation contribution at near end plus rotation contribution at far end, and this will be sum of all these will be final end moment. With this particular problem is completed.